Dinosaurs! We all know them. Tyrannosaurus rex, velociraptors, and Brachiosaurus towering above prehistoric trees. But the truth is, some of the most terrifying creatures to ever live weren't dinosaurs at all. Lurking in Earth's past were beasts so fierce, so bizarre, that they'd make even the mighty T-Rex think twice before crossing their path. Today, we'll uncover 10 ancient predators scarier than any dinosaur, a hidden world of monsters you may have never heard of. Starting with, first, Megalodon, the monster shark. Let's start with one of the most infamous ancient creatures, Megalodon, the giant shark that once ruled Earth's oceans. This wasn't just a larger version of today's great white, it was a whole new level of terrifying. At lengths reaching up to 60 feet, about 3 times the size of a modern great white, Megalodon was the ultimate apex predator. Its massive jaws could open wide enough to swallow a small car, and its bite force is estimated to have been powerful enough to crush a small whale's skull. Megalodon's teeth, serrated and as large as an adult human hand, were designed to tear through flesh and bone with brutal efficiency. Its hunting range stretched across oceans, targeting anything from dolphins to enormous prehistoric whales. Imagine the scene. A shadow larger than a school bus rising from the depths, teeth gleaming in the dark blue water, just seconds before it unleashes a bite that shatters bone like brittle twigs. Megalodon wasn't just the most terrifying predator in the sea. It was likely the most terrifying predator in Earth's history, leaving behind only fragments of its colossal, nightmarish existence. Second, Titanoboa, the giant snake. Titanoboa was a snake like no other, stretching up to 40 feet long and weighing as much as a car. This massive serpent slithered through the tropical swamps of South America around 60 million years ago. Titanoboa didn't need venom or speed to hunt. Its strength alone was more than enough. Once it wrapped itself around its prey, the squeeze was instant and devastating. The snake's enormous girth allowed it to crush bones, disrupt blood flow, and suffocate creatures as large as ancient crocodiles, which it would then devour whole. Imagine wandering through the steamy, dense jungles only to hear a rustle behind you. You wouldn't see it until it was too late. Titanoboa had no natural predators and could go after anything in its environment, lying in wait beneath murky waters, camouflaged among the reeds. Its grip was like an iron vice, and its jaws were capable of expanding to swallow prey in a single, smooth motion. For anything in its path, Titanoboa was a terrifying sight, a serpent so huge and powerful that even creatures we consider dangerous today would have been completely defenseless against it. Third, Dunkleosteus, the armored fish. Dunkleosteus was a fish, but it was no ordinary fish. Imagine a truck-sized predator cruising the depths, covered in thick, bony armor, with a head as hard as a steel shield. Dunkleosteus lived around 360 million years ago, and was one of the top predators of its time. Its mouth was armed with self-sharpening bone plates that worked like scissors, giving it a bite unlike anything we see today. In fact, its jaws could slice through armor and bone with ease, tearing apart any creature that dared cross its path. Not only was Dunkleosteus incredibly strong, but it was also incredibly fast, capable of launching itself forward in a sudden burst to grab prey with its bone-crushing jaws. Its speed and power combined to make it the ocean's ultimate ambush predator, stalking its prey silently before lunging with terrifying precision. Dunkleosteus didn't just bite its prey, it shredded them, often leaving little more than fragments. It was a master of efficient hunting, and in the murky, predator-filled waters of the Devonian seas, Dunkleosteus reigned supreme. Fourth, Arthropleura, the giant millipede. Now imagine a millipede longer than a car. Arthropleura was an ancient arthropod that could reach lengths of over 8 feet, scuttling across the forest floor of the Carboniferous period some 300 million years ago. Unlike the small, harmless millipedes we know today, Arthropleura was an armoured giant with dozens of legs, each one as thick as your wrist, allowing it to move through the underbrush like a tank. Although it wasn't a predator, its size alone made it a creature to avoid. For any creature in its path, the sight of an 8-foot millipede rumbling through the leaves and brush would have been terrifying. Arthropleura's massive body was covered in a tough exoskeleton, protecting it from potential predators, and its size allowed it to crush vegetation and smaller animals underfoot without slowing down. To witness this enormous arthropod lumbering through a prehistoric forest would have been like watching a giant machine, unstoppable and completely indifferent to anything in its way. Fifth, Gorgonops, the saber-toothed terror. Before the dinosaurs, the ancient world was ruled by terrifying creatures like Gorgonops. This saber-toothed predator lived over 250 million years ago during the Permian period, and it wasn't your typical early mammal relative. Picture a powerful body, built for speed and hunting, with massive canine teeth extending far beyond its lower jaw. Those fangs were designed for one thing: delivering a devastating, quick kill to any prey, unlucky enough to be caught. Gorgonops was agile and could sprint after prey, pouncing with all the ferocity of a large cat. Its massive saber teeth were anchored in a jaw capable of opening wide, allowing it to sink its teeth deep into the flesh of its prey. Imagine a creature the size of a large wolf, but armed with fangs more powerful than any saber-toothed cat. Gorgonops could take down animals much larger than itself, and it did so with a terrifying mix of power and speed. It was one of the earliest examples of a specialized carnivore, capable of making quick work of prey with its deadly teeth and powerful bite. Sixth, Helicoprion, the buzzsaw shark. Helicoprion was a bizarre, yet deadly, marine predator from the Permian period that has mystified scientists for decades. Its mouth wasn't armed with typical rows of teeth. Instead, Helicoprion had a whirl of teeth resembling a circular saw. This unique structure likely allowed it to slice through its prey with brutal efficiency, shearing through soft-bodied creatures like squid or even ancient fish. Imagine a shark whose lower jaw was a rotating blade of teeth. Helicoprion would swim through ancient seas with its strange, twisted smile, lurking beneath unsuspecting prey before unleashing its buzzsaw bite. Its strange, circular jaw mechanism could carve through flesh like a saw cutting through wood, making it one of the most efficient and terrifying predators of its time. This buzzsaw-like jaw was unlike anything seen before or since, and in the dim, cold depths of the prehistoric oceans, Helicoprion would have been a truly horrifying sight. Seventh, Andrewsarchus, the wolf the size of a rhino. Andrewsarchus was a massive carnivorous mammal that lived about 45 million years ago in what is now Mongolia. This beast had the head of a giant wolf, the body mass of a rhinoceros, and jaws that could crush bone like it was nothing. Archus wasn't just a scavenger. It was a powerful predator that could take down large prey and defend its kills from other ancient carnivores. Imagine a creature with a wolf's hunting instincts, but with the sheer size and strength to challenge anything it encountered. It's likely that Andrewsarchus used its powerful jaws to crack open bones and eat the nutritious marrow inside, a behavior similar to modern hyenas. Its sheer size and power made it a top predator in its environment, and with a body designed for both speed and endurance, Andrewsarchus could pursue prey over long distances and overwhelm it with a brutal, bone-crushing bite. This was no ordinary wolf. It was a monstrous predator that turned ancient plains into its hunting grounds. Eighth, Gycolopterus, the giant sea scorpion. If land-based scorpions give you chills, then meet Gycolopterus, a massive sea scorpion that lived over 400 million years ago. This was a scorpion the size of a human, armed with pincers as long as your forearm, and a powerful segmented tail that could lash out with terrifying speed. Gycolopterus was a dominant predator in the ancient seas, using its massive claws to grip and tear apart prey. Imagine a scorpion lunging at its prey underwater, each pincer snap echoing through the water. Its body, covered in a tough exoskeleton, allowed it to move stealthily along the ocean floor, hiding among rocks and sand before exploding into action. It wasn't just a hunter, it was an ambush predator, lying in wait before pinning down its prey and slicing it to pieces. For anything that shared its habitat, Gycolopterus was a nightmare come to life. A massive armoured scorpion capable of shredding through anything in its path. Ninth, Thylacosmilus, the marsupial saber-tooth. Thylacosmilus was a marsupial that looked like something out of a horror movie. Unlike saber-toothed cats, this creature had downturned, elongated fangs that it used to slice through the thick hides of other mammals. Thylacosmilus didn't need speed. It relied on brute force and ambush tactics, lunging out from cover and delivering a swift, lethal bite. Imagine an ambush predator with the patience of a cat and the bite power of a prehistoric lion. Thylacosmilus had strong forelimbs for holding prey in place, and its teeth were specialized for puncturing and slicing flesh with surgical precision. This creature was as terrifying as it was deadly, capable of taking down animals much larger than itself. These ancient monsters dominated their ecosystems, displaying power and adaptations unlike anything we see today. While dinosaurs may get the most attention, these terrifying creatures remind us that Earth's past was full of otherworldly beasts beyond our wildest imaginations. They hunted, survived, and evolved in a brutal world that would make our toughest predators today seem small in comparison. So, the next time you think of a T-Rex or a Velociraptor, remember these terrifying beasts that make dinosaurs look like mere shadows in the legacy of Earth's primal power. Are you ready for the nightmares of the deep past? Because the monsters of prehistory are waiting for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us bring more fascinating content about our planet's incredible history.